Alright, so it's time for another quick problem set. This time we're covering while loops in JavaScript. So there are 3 problems here, and rather than you writing code, I'm actually giving you code, and all I need you to do is evaluate what is printed out. So here's the first one. Take a moment, pause the video if you need to, but please don't just copy the code into your console unless you want to check the answer that you've come up with on your own. So the answer to this one is that it prints out the odd numbers from 1 to 9. And the reason that it does that, it starts with num equal to 1. While num is less than or equal to 10, print out the number, so we print out 1, and then we add 2. So then we go through with the number 3, that's less than 10, we print out 3, and then we go to 5. And that keeps going until we're at 9, console.log 9, 9 plus equals 2, so then we're at 11, and that's no longer less than or equal to 10. So just to verify that, if I open up my JavaScript console here and I paste that in, you'll see I get 1 through 9. There is one small confusing thing, which is that it looks like it printed out 11, but you'll notice it's slightly different. There's this arrow here that we don't see on any of the other ones, and we also don't have this little link next to 11. So what's actually happening here is that the console is showing us the value of the last evaluated expression. So even though it's not printed out, 2 is still added to 9, so 11 is the last thing that is evaluated, and the Chrome console just shows that to us without printing it out. So let's move on to the next one. Take a moment, pause the video if you need to take a longer look, and then we'll go over the solution. So this one is going to print out all the multiples of 4 between 1 and 20. So num starts at 1, while num is less than or equal to 20, so we have an if statement inside of a loop. And this if statement is checking if a number is a multiple of 4. So if number mod 4 is equal to 0, which means does 4 divide evenly? If it does, print it out. So the first time through, we go through 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 4 mod 4 is 0, so we print out the number 4. And then we go through again with 5, nothing happens, 6, nothing happens, 7, nothing happens, 8 mod 4 is also 0, so we console.log number. So just to verify that, open up the console, we can paste it in, and you see we get 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So one more here. Take a moment, pause the screen again, we'll go over a solution in just a second. So this one's a little bit tricky. It's actually an infinite loop. So you'll see that number starts at 100, and this code will run while number is less than 150. So 100 is less than 150. Then we're printing out number plus 1, but the important line is here. We're subtracting 1 from number every time. So it starts at 100, and we're going the other direction. We're subtracting, so it's always going to be less than 150. So I'm not going to run this in the console, but if I did, it would tell me I have an infinite loop.